What's up, guys? Colorado Sports View here. The Avalanche pick up the win 3-2 over the St. Louis Blues. It was a pretty good game for the Avalanche, if I'm being honest. And yeah, it was a tight game. Credit to the Blues. They kept it interesting. And yeah, this game, it came down to the wire. And but the Avalanche were able to get it done. Johansson was in net tonight, and it made me a little bit nervous because he has been statistically horrible this season, but he played with the Sabres. You got to give him a little bit of a pass if you play with the Sabres because you have absolutely no defense in front of your net, right? But despite that, the Avalanche win 3-2. He only allows 2 goals, which is pretty good. And yeah, so this game started, a little bit slow for the Avs, and, St. Louis is getting more shots, they were creating a little bit more opportunities, but they do give us a power play, and for some reason, the Avalanche love to score power plays against St. Louis, which is ridiculous. 8 power play goals in the last 3 games we've played against them, and this is actually only the second time we've seen St. Louis, and only 3rd game we played them this season. Surprisingly, we just haven't been playing them that much, but there will be a lot more matchups, down the line, and they're gonna be really hungry and wanting to beat us because they're out. They just fell out of a playoff position tonight, so we'll see how they come out tomorrow night. But let's talk about the game, shall we? So first goal was, the first goal was from Brandon Saad. It was about I think it was about 10 minutes in or something. And Brandon Saad, there's, a net front battle on the power play, and Brandon Saad is able to tip the puck in at the side of Bennington. And, because he sees the puck lying there and is able to put it in, and it gives the Avalanche a 1-0 lead. But basically, 30 seconds later, the Blues come down and score on their first shot, which is funny because I just said that the Blues started off better, but maybe this was, I'm probably getting confused or something, but I think this was towards more the beginning of the game. But the Blues score on their first shot on goal. And, at this point, I'm like, uh-oh. JoJo, he's going to have another collapse. He's going to allow a ton of goals. We're going to have to pull him, blah, blah, just stuff going through your mind. But he would, from there on, would stand tall, I'm proud of JoJo. His response, he settled in. But that makes the game 1-1. So, it sucks. You just score a goal, and the other team goes down, scores a goal 30 seconds later. It's kind of demotivating. It sucks. But, that wouldn't really have an effect on the Avalanche. They would they played well for the rest of that period, and they would get another power play, and Nathan MacKinnon would score on it. A nice spin move with the net, and he just put it by Bennington. I don't know what's wrong with Bennington nowadays, but he's been letting in goals that he shouldn't be, and this goal he probably could have stopped, but play from a world-class player like Nathan MacKinnon, getting in front of the net, it's always dangerous. But yeah, so then the second period, the Avs played pretty well in the second period, but the Blues played well too. But what I'm saying is, the Avalanche controlled this game for the most part, but the Blues, they look like a hungry team out there because they are threatened by the teams below them right now. They got teams like Arizona, who just passed them up tonight. They got the Kings in San Jose right there, which is kind of a surprise team this year, who's come out of nowhere. But yeah, St. Louis is, very threatened right now, and there's a good chance they could miss the playoffs. And then, so Nathan MacKinnon with that power play goal, and then the third period, Nathan MacKinnon would score again, on 5-on-5 in the second period. And that would make it 3-1. And I was like, yeah, Nate MacKinnon getting 2 goals in one game. He's had a bit of a rough season, but 2 goals for him in the game. Love to see that from Nate. And it makes 3-1. But the refs, I don't know what was up with them. We probably, we were probably not playing too great, but we took a couple penalties, and it was a 5-on-4, 5-on-3, and the Blues score, because, of course they will on a 5-on-3. And that makes it was Perron, a nice shot. Nothing really JoJo could do about it. Makes it 3-2. And from there on, in the third period, the Avalanche the Avalanche dominated the third period until the last couple minutes, because obviously the Blues, they pull their goalie. And there was a point where there was 4 minutes left in the game, and the Avalanche, they take a penalty, and the kill was, fantastic. And at that point, the Blues didn't have any other option but to pull the goalie, and David Perron ends up taking a stupid penalty, and he ends up costing his team the game. We don't know, because maybe because there's a high chance the Blues, they don't get the goal, but there's a good chance. I mean, when you have the extra attacker, there's always a chance that you can get that goal and tie the game. But the Avalanche are able to win that game 3-2. Got to be happy about it, because we moved 2 points in front of Vegas, and first in the West feels good. But yeah, 13-game point streak for the Avalanche. Just the Avalanche have been insane recently. We'll play the Blues again tomorrow. Let's hope for a good game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.